So I am Dara. I am a PhD student at Durham. I'm studying law and I studied my master's at Durham as well. And I've been vice president for the last 2 years of the J-Soc. And it has really made my experience in Durham because we have about 45 active members. Sometimes not everybody comes, and sometimes we have people who come to certain types of events. Sometimes we have people who come regularly. But for the people who we see regularly, it does really become a family because I think it's great that we have that close-knit connection. It's an advantage that we're one of the smaller JSOCs, I think. Because we do feel like a home away from home, especially with our Friday night dinners that we host every single week. And I'll pass it on to our exec member in a moment who deals with the Friday night dinners, and he can tell you a little bit more about that. But what I would say is that in Durham, it's really, really nice that we have the collegiate system because you can meet people on all sorts of courses, meet people from all over the world. I've made friends from Bangladesh, Israel, England, all sorts of places. It's been amazing to immerse myself in so many different cultures and to have those opportunities. And if you're interested in anything competitive, the collegiate system is really, really good because it gives you that opportunity. And essentially, when I matriculated, so when I started at Durham, I was told that it's almost impossible to not get involved in something. And I would say that that's actually true. It is almost impossible to not get involved in anything at Durham, which means that there's so many opportunities to meet people. And I know that that's something that a lot of people are nervous about when they move to university. So know that you will have a lot of chances to meet people at Durham if you do choose Durham. But more specifically about our JSOC, I'd just like to say that we welcome so many different types of people, whether you are a bit more religious. Our Friday night dinners are fully kosher. We have educational events with the rabbi who you can come and ask loads of questions. And he's a really, really, really kind person who is so open to discussing a range of topics and being supportive on all sorts of levels. And we also have, so the rabbi is in Newcastle, so we can facilitate helping you get to Newcastle as well if you are a bit more religious. On the flip side, if you're less religious but just looking for a more culturally a way to immerse yourself in Jewish life at Durham, we have a lot of social events and educational events. So the educational events include interfaith. So again, another way where you're not necessarily stuck in a Jewish bubble, you're still meeting people from all over the world and different cultures and different faiths and perspectives. And it's really enriching. And we also have events such as for International Women's Day, we had to talk about Judaism and being a woman and things like that. So there are all sorts of types of events. And to tell you a little bit more about our social events, we have Tazy, who is the social sec.
So hi, I'm Tazy. I'm our social sec for this year, and I'm a second year at Collingwood College, which is one of the colleges that Dara spoke about, and I'm studying English Lit. And I think what Dara is saying is one of my favourite things about the JSOC is not only do we have the Friday night dinners, we have our educational events, but for someone who my Judaism is very important to me culturally, we're able to have events where we're just able to chat over a drink or food and meet people who are like-minded. So some of the events that I've helped put on is we've had, luckily Hanukkah and Purim have coincided quite nicely with our last week of term. So we've had big parties. We had a big Hanukkah party where we booked out a part of Revs, which is a bar in Durham. We had lots of drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, of course. We did a very similar thing for Purim, but obviously that one included fancy dress. We've also done bar crawls, fresher pizza evenings, brunches, and most recently we teamed up with Newcastle J-Soc for a really fun evening. We got the train up and we went on a bar crawl with them there. And so I think that's one of the things that I've enjoyed most is just getting to meet people, not necessarily in an environment when you have to be very religious at all. Lots of people bring their non-Jewish friends to meet. And I think as well what Dara was saying about the colleges is Durham as a whole is you get to meet people from your college, you can meet people from JSOC, you can meet people from so many different groups. It's, as she said, impossible to not get involved in something.
Hello, I'm Kobe. I am the Shabbat officer for JSOC. So I run the Friday night dinners. So we are very lucky that we have a fully equipped kosher kitchen in Durham. So St Aidan's College works with us to provide a three-course kosher meal every week, hot food with meat. And really, they are sort of our flagship events. They because they occur every week. It's a great way to get to know, what we call a term. You become a family, essentially, a J-Soc family, because as Dara said, we're a really small J-Soc. You bond very quickly, and it's just this thing at the end every week that you begin to look forward to hugely. And yeah, it's sort of emblematic of us as a society that we just really enjoy getting together and building these bonds, to be honest.